You gonna be in the video? No? Cool. Yeah. Hello, lovely people on the internet. I'm back, and today we're gonna be talking about family members. We're not gonna be talking about a weird, crazy classmate today. Hello, cat I stole from Martin. All right. So I will say I will be getting very angry in this video because I'm very passionate about this story. So let's just get right into it. So the people we are talking about today are specifically my grandmother and my aunt, my paternal grandma and aunt. Paternal, my dad's side of the family. I hate everyone on the side of the family, but we're specifically talking about two people today, and that's them. All right, so for a little context, I got divorced parents. When I was like 4, my parents split, and my dad's side of the family just didn't really like my mom after that. Whatever. They ended on good terms, so, you know, just spiteful people, I guess. But I liked my aunt a lot growing up. I never really cared for my grandma too much. She was kind of just an old lady to me who bought me things. She buys a lot of like my love and stuff. She shows her love through like gift giving and money and stuff. And what are you doing? Here, better sleeping position for you. Anyways, so yeah, my grandmother just was always like really rude to my mom, especially when we were deciding whether or not, and by we I mean my mom and like me and my sister, we were like all like trying to decide like whether or not we wanted to move out of the state we were living in at the time. Not really gonna get into the reasons why. I don't even really know all the reasons why. I don't get told shit. Anyways, but when my grandmother heard that we were thinking of moving, she said, "No, you guys shouldn't move. I want all my grandchildren in one place when I visit." That seems a little bit selfish, doesn't it? That's why you don't want us to move? Okay. Whatever. Fuck you, I guess. I ended up moving anyways. Surprise, surprise. I don't live in New York anymore. But fast forward to like 2 years later. 3 years later, I guess. No, 2. 3. I don't remember. It's like 2 or 3 years later. Dad's dead. My dad died. Yay. Not actually yay, but like really sad and depressing. But he died, unfortunately. He had like a blood clot suddenly. So it's like I saw him for spring break, and then like a week or two, like 2-3 weeks before I would like go to see him and spend the summer with him, blood clot croaks. Isn't that great? Anyways, so sad, depressing, dad's dead, cry emoji. Womp womp. Anyways, and my grandma and my aunt, they get so much more nastier during this time. So like my mom and everything. Around the time after he died, around like kind of like right before finals of my freshman year of high school. Crazy time. But I had ended up going to I drove down to New York back like a week after finals, after like I got out of school and everything, to go to like the service we were doing for my dad in New York. And I had gotten to go to my dad's house. He was renting it from his parents. His parents owned the house and he was renting it. Oh, bye, Tommy. And he was living there, and I got to go to the house, and I got to like start like taking things that I wanted. But we drove down in a car with 5 people in it. So, I mean, we had limited space to like put everything. And my grandma and my grandpa were, honestly, it was really generous of them, offered to, because they had driven down in a pickup truck. And so they said that they would like help pack a bunch of stuff for us, and they would like ship it to the state I'm living in now. And obviously I was very like I was an emotional wreck most of the time. And I had really only got to go to my dad's house once before I ended up having to leave to go back to and like drive home and everything. But I didn't get a lot of time to like really get a lot of my dad's stuff that I would have gotten if I like had the extra space. A specific thing being a 4-foot bunny that my dad had gotten me for Easter one year. I remember I was in like Macy's or like JCPenney or something around Easter time, and I saw this giant bunny that was like, it was so big, and it was 4-foot bunny. And I really wanted it, but my dad was like, oh no, maybe not today. And I was sad, of course, but you know, move on. But then surprise, surprise, Easter came and went that year, and on Easter, my dad had gotten me the giant bunny as an Easter present. And that was so awesome, and the bunny was so meaningful to me. But unfortunately, there was no space in either the car me and my family had driven in and my grandparents' car. There just really, there was no room. But, so I couldn't bring the bunny with me. And later on, actually, before I get there, something else that my aunt and grandparents did that was really not cool. 2 things. One was my sister really wanted to have a wake for my father to like see him one last time, because again, for context, we saw him over spring break in April, and then like a few weeks before we were gonna go see him again, he passed away. So we didn't really say a proper goodbye, like. And I remember being in the airport before flying back to my house, just really not wanting to leave, but I forgot where I was. Sorry. My mom needed something. Fix this light, Jesus Christ. Anyways, so again, I remember being in the airport and I was really sad to leave, but I kept telling myself, this isn't the last time you'll see him. You'll get to see him again soon in the summer. But I didn't. That was the last time I ever saw my dad. Sorry for crying. Don't really say this out loud. I mean, I think about it, but I don't think I've ever really like told this story out loud. So it's very sad. But my sister had wanted to wait for my dad to see him one last time, but my grandparents and my aunt didn't do that. They refused to do that. They didn't do that. And they ended up cremating him. I have a little like vase or container and a little necklace containing some of his ashes. My sister does too. I think hers is in a bracelet. And so we didn't get to see him one last time. And when we were going to my dad's house to like pick out stuff, something annoying that my grandparents and aunt did is they wouldn't let my mom be in the house without like a chaperone, like without like someone from my dad's side of the family being in the house as well. Like they didn't trust my mom. Like what is she gonna do? Like take some more of his stuff for us? I don't know. I don't understand why they thought that my mom needed a chaperone. But another thing was that they did was at the celebration of life that we had for my dad after the service that we did for him. What sucked is because I didn't really have like a lot of family and friends there, and I'm the daughter, and I didn't really have like any family friends there because my aunt said they like didn't have the space because we were hosting in her backyard. Yet my grandparents and my dad's girlfriend at the time both got a bunch of friends to come and show up, and I got like 2 or 3 family members and like 1 or 2 family friends. We didn't really like get a lot of people to come. My aunt, who was supposed to be allowed to come, she ended up my mom's sister, my aunt, ended up getting into a fight with my dad's sister, and my aunt on my mom's side, who was supposed to come, ended up getting kicked out of the guest list. So she wasn't allowed to show up anymore. So I didn't really have anybody there to connect with and like help with. I did like try to make the most of that day. Like purposefully I did not cry during the entire service, specifically so when the preacher guy stopped saying whatever he was saying, I was not listening. I did not care to listen. I'm not religious. I didn't really care. I purposely made sure I wouldn't cry so that way I could look at everyone else and say, like, damn, y'all are a bunch of crybabies. I called my mom, my sister, my grandma, my aunt. I called them all crybabies. Like, well, bro, get over it. It was really funny. I don't care if I got dirty looks. You can give me all the dirty looks you want. I'm using humor to cope with my pain. I don't want to hear your bullshit about it. And at the ceremony, the celebration of life at the party, when people are coming in and everything, like, to, like, the house and everything, I'm like, oh, hi, are you a friend of Tom? My dad. And they're like, oh, yeah, or like, oh, no, we're a friend of his parents or something. I'm like, oh, that's okay. I'm his daughter. Like, you see this kid, like, just smiling and greeting you, and then you find out her dad's the one that died. The whole reason you're there. It's really funny, honestly. I thought it was really funny to see the reactions. I kept getting, like, confused looks. It was so funny. But anyways, so, like I had said earlier, I was only able to have, like, a small trip to, get the stuff that I wanted from my dad's house. And I wasn't able to get much. We had limited space. And then I go home and I'm not really like contacted by my aunt or by my grandma or anything. Like, no one's like really contacting me really that much. You'd think that they would like call more to check up on me, but nope. And then I find out that like everything else in my dad's house was sold or donated. Everything else, like basically everything else that wasn't like, I don't know, like my sister's nursery furniture, which my mom had specifically asked to keep, sold on Facebook Marketplace. That bunny, that 4-foot bunny that was so meaningful to me that I actually said I wanted to bring it, but we just didn't have the space for it, fucking donated. They donated my fucking rabbit. So I don't have it anymore. So that sucked. And like things like my dad's clothes, and I love wearing oversized clothes, and I wear his the 2 shirts that I have him. I wear them as like pajamas and stuff. You've seen it in some of my videos. I'm wearing like a Pokemon shirt with like shorts that are short sleeves, but the short sleeve like goes down to here because it's like a 3X large. And it's not made for someone my size. And I have a like button up, I can't think of the word. What's that pattern called? Holy crap, I can't think of what this pattern's called. Anyways, a button-up shirt. Plaid? I think it's plaid. I think the word, I'm thinking of a plaid shirt. A blue plaid shirt that my dad, a blue plaid button-up shirt that my dad had. I ended up getting that, but I didn't end up getting that till a little later on. But like, so my dad's clothes, his, like, so much of my stuff, like my stuff, not just my dad's, my stuff, my childhood toys that I grew up with, that I had at his house, gone, completely gone. My stuff, not just my dad's, my stuff, my sister's stuff, donated and sold without my permission. After I left, I was never contacted about any like remaining stuff in my dad's house. I got nothing else other than, I believe, like a shirt and like a cup when I had visited his house like over a year later, because that was the next time I could come to New York, because I don't live there and I don't go there often. The only reason I would go there every couple months is because of my dad. I was just visiting my aunt, and I got to go to that house. I hadn't gotten to go there in over a year, and there was so much different. His girlfriend ended up being the main person living in the house. And they said the reason that they got rid of stuff so quickly was because that my grandparents weren't sure if they were going to sell the house or not, so they just wanted to they thought that they were going to sell it, and that my dad's girlfriend wasn't going to move in, so they were trying to clear it out. And so, but my grandparents are landlords. Like, they're not poor. They could have bought storage space. They could have stored it somewhere. I would have taken more of it, but they didn't do that. My aunt, who kept stuff in, who kept some of his stuff, like, or could have had space in her house, she lives like 10 minutes from my dad, 10-20 minutes. She didn't really take that, she didn't like store anything in her house, in her garage, attic, nothing. Like, everything was gone. I've still got, I mean, have a good amount of my dad's stuff, obviously, but it's just feeling like so much was lost that I just don't have anymore. I had, me and my dad and my sister, a whole thing that we did was we loved collecting Pokemon cards. We didn't know how to play the game, but we loved collecting the cards because we thought they looked so cool. My dad, me, and my sister both had giant collections, and they don't even know what happened to them. The collection just disappeared. All the time and money we spent collecting those just gone. I've slowly been rebuilding it over time. And when I found out that all of my stuff was gone, I was so upset at both of them, my grandma, my aunt. I was so upset with them. I refused to talk to them. I didn't end up talking to them again. And a lot of it was one of the main reasons I had, it was really the main things that I was so upset that were gone were the Pokemon cards. And my dad had this box in his living room that was full of Dr. Seuss books, good older Dr. Seuss books. He had just this collection. It was so cool, and I loved it. I loved just looking at the books sometimes and just reading them, but I didn't get to bring them with me. And my aunt split them up and just gave them to her friends. I didn't get asked if I wanted to keep them. No, she just gave them away to her friends. So that really sucked as well. My aunt has since asked some of those people for those books back, so I've gotten back a few of them. I have them on by all my other books and everything, so able to get some of them back. But I mean, it's not a whole entire box's worth. There's still so many that are lost. And my freaking dog, I swear, man. My grandma, I told her replace my freaking Pokemon card collection. I lost it. You fucking replace it. So she's bought me a lot, which is good, but it's not what I had. I don't know where these Pokemon cards are. I mean, I thought I had taken them with me, but no one's able to find them. So I didn't have those anymore. So I really, really despise both of them for doing that to me. You may be asking, why am I still talking to them now then? Money. If you guys want the honest truth answer, I don't care for any of them. I don't care for anyone on my dad's side of the family anymore. My uncle there, I was never close to him growing up. I didn't care if I lost contact with him. My two cousins, wasn't close to one of them, and the other one, I don't want to really get into it, but she also did some bad crap and really betrayed my trust on something. She betrayed my trust and told somebody some things that she promised that she was gonna keep a secret, because and she betrayed my trust like that, and so I have no care for her anymore. And so I'm still really talking to them because I know that when my grandparents die, they have their will written. I'm gonna be getting stuff. I'm gonna be getting a good amount of stuff from them. So I'm still talking to them because I want an inheritance. I may be a bad person for that, for only talking to someone because of money, but this is just the stuff they did with my dad, and they've treated my mom so horribly, and some other stuff that I'm not going to get into that I had to deal with when I went into foster care. They had a huge part in that, and stuff they did that wasn't good. that I'm not going to get into in this video because I don't feel like talking about it, honestly. And it's maybe another time. So, yeah, that's the only reason I'm still talking to them. Specifically, mostly just my grandma and my aunt. I mostly just talk to my grandma now. I'm trying to maintain a relationship with her so I can get stuff. And she still, like I said, she likes spoiling me and buying me stuff, so I still talk to her so I can get a lot of stuff. Again, I may be a bad person for that, and I'm willing to admit that, and I will gladly admit that on the internet that I do this. And again, I may be a bad person for it, but my grandma is such a manipulative and horrible person that I don't even care that I'm using her. After the treatment she's had towards me and my family on my mom's side, I have no care for being cruel to her like she was cruel to us. And you may be thinking, what about your grandpa? You haven't really talked about him much. I'll tell you why I don't like my grandpa. So back again when my dad died, I was at my dad's house and everything. I had said to my grandparents, what about my dad's car? I obviously, I want to have my dad's car. I mean, I'm going to be driving in, a year. I'm going to have my permit. I want to have that so I can have a car. And my grandfather, a 60-something-year-old man, flipped out on me. Started yelling at me, a 14-year-old girl. He started yelling to me about how he was the one who bought the car. It's in his name. It's his car. And I don't get to just claim it like that. I didn't know that my dad didn't buy the car. How was I supposed to know that? I'm 14. And he's yelling at me about it. And so he yells at me about it. So I don't care for him. I don't care that you're grieving. I'm grieving too. That doesn't give you a right to yell at me because I wanted something that was my dad's and I didn't know something. And I didn't know about that because he didn't tell me that. Why would I know that? Why would I know? Why would a 14-year-old know whether or not her dad actually bought the car that he drives? Why would she know that? She doesn't. So I don't care for him. I don't talk to him unless I have to say hi to him while I'm on a call with my grandma. That's the most I do. I did end up getting my dad's car though. You wanna know how I got it? On my 16th birthday, a little before then, I was in Florida visiting them, unfortunately. And as a 16th birthday gift, they graciously gave me my dad's car as a birthday gift. They didn't have to pay for it. My mom ended up having to pay money to help get it in my name and everything. My mom ended up having to pay for their birthday gift for me, giving me my dad's car, which I had a moral right to. I don't care if legally. My dad's car, morally speaking, it should go to his daughters, to his children. But they hung on to it and graciously gave it to me for my 16th birthday. How sweet. Damn right I got the car. It's my car, bitch. So yeah, it's me talking about my family and on my dad's side and why I dislike them. I got very emotional in this video. Sorry about that. But anyways, I have a question of the day for you guys actually today. I know I don't usually do questions of the days in my IRL videos, but I'm doing that today. I would love if you guys could submit me some of your crazy classroom stories that you have. Because, I mean, I'm always telling stories about, my crazy classmates and everything, and the weird classmates I've had. I would love to, read your guys' stories, and who knows, I might react to them in, a video or something. But I would love to hear your guys' crazy stories. And, yeah. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I got so emotional, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!